What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sweetfoot Tony. Welcome to another episode of the Sweetfoot Tony Show. We're gonna get right into it. Don't have a lot of time. First things first. Just wanted to address everything for today. We got the Redskins quarterback situation with John Beck and Rex Grossman. We also have the CJ2K contract situation, Larry Fitzgerald's contract situation, and we're also going to be going over a couple of teams, players, and coaches who I feel who are on the hot seat, and we're also going to finish it off with a little fun with a little football trivia. But with the first order of business, let's go over some scores. I'm also going to be addressing a couple of comments from last week's show. So we'll just go ahead and go over that real quick for you. First things first, the New England Patriots, they defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 31-14. Eagles lose to Steelers 14-24. Redskins lose to the Colts they win against the Colts 16-3. The Dolphins defeat the Panthers 20-10. The Lions beat the Browns 30-28. The Chiefs lose to the Ravens 13-31. The Cardinals lose to the Packers 20-28. The Jaguars beat the Falcons 15-13. The Texans beat the Saints 27-14. The 49ers beat the Raiders 17-3. My prayers go out to the victims of the shooting over there. It's just a game, y'all. It's not that serious. Y'all need to calm down out there. And because of that incident, the San Francisco 49ers are going to be banning tailgating. So great job. Way to ruin it for everybody. Like I said before, my prayers go out to the people who were affected by the shootings over there. The Rams beat the Titans 17-16. Broncos beat the Bills 24-10. Vikings beat the Seahawks 20-7. Bengals lose to the Jets 7-27. Chargers beat the Cowboys 20-7. Giants wallop the Bears 41-13. And that's it for the scores. Go to the comments from last week's show. Tony Bronek, shout out to Tony Bronek. Shout out to the Bishop McNamara Mustangs. That's the high school he and I went to. He's a good friend of mine. He commented on last week's show. He said, Jay, I peeped the show. You wilding about the Skins going 9-7. The Eagles will, at the very least, make the NFC Championship. The Packers, Eagles, and the Patriots are probably the favorites. Good show. Well, Tony, thanks for commenting on last week's show. But I don't think I'm wilding about the team going 9-7. I think at the very best we'll go 9-7. This, like I said before, this is the second time we've entered. This is the second season in Kyle Shanahan's new system. This is the second season in Jim Haslett's new season, new scheme. And every time, according to Chris Cooley and according to the 05-07 Redskins, every time we go into a second year of a new scheme, we make the playoffs. So based off of those schematics alone, I think it would be a pretty safe assumption or a pretty safe forecast to say that the Redskins are going to make the playoffs, given that piece of history. But thanks again, Tony, for commenting on the show. I have a feeling you're going to be a big fan of the show. You and I both like football. So once again, thank you for commenting on the show. And if you want to comment on this show or on last week's show, you can go to the sweetfootTonyblog.blogspot.com or J Sweetfoot Tony Cohen on Facebook. Next order of business is the Redskins quarterback situation. I know last week I said Rex Grossman was the favorite to win the quarterback position, and I'm going to retract that statement after watching John Beck against the Colts. He impressed me. Both games we only scored 16 points, but it's still preseason. The starting offense really hasn't had a chance to really get acclimated, and we're not really going deep into the playbook as of yet. But what I saw last week was very, very good. John Beck was poised. He had a nice zip on the ball. He's more mobile than Rex Grossman. He has more ball security. He got sacked a couple of times, even when he didn't give up the ball like Rex Grossman does. He made great decisions. So I'm kind of 50-50 or maybe 60-40. If I had to choose right now who would be the starting quarterback, I'd probably say John Beck will probably win the position just because of him being more mobile, and on top of that, he has a lot more to lose than Rex Grossman. Rex Grossman has the advantage in knowing the system, but John Beck is more mobile, and I think he has more to lose because he's been talking all season about how he is the starter. So I think he has more to lose. So in my personal point of view, I think the coach should give both quarterbacks a chance to work with the starting offense, give them a quarter each, and we'll look at the productivity at the end of the game. Next order of business. Chris Johnson and his contract situation. He's still holding out. He's still refusing to report to practice. The team says we'll negotiate the contract as soon as you come in. He says no, negotiate the contract, then I come in. The team offered him $10 million. He wants 13. Look, Chris, you're a running back. Running back lives don't last that long. You're lucky to be still playing. I understand you want to get paid, but also understand that you're not guaranteed to be who you are now 3 to 4 years from now. So if they're offering you 10, you want 13, meet somewhere at 11.5 and call it a day and get back on the field. Your team needs you. Congratulations to Larry Fitzgerald on the new contract, $120 million for 8 years. The only wide receiver I know to ever make that type of money. So congratulations on that. Make sure you earn every penny. Kevin Cobb being traded there was a means for him signing that long-term deal. Good job with that. Deshaun Jackson tweeted that he's happy for him, but they're not the same wide receiver, so don't make any comparisons. It has no effect on his contract. I don't think Deshaun Jackson is anywhere close to $120 million, maybe 50 with 20 to 30 guaranteed. So look for that. Maybe about 5 years, something like that. He's still got a lot of football in him. Larry Fitzgerald averages 93 catches. Deshaun averages 57. So they're clearly not the same type of wide receiver. Both elite, but not the same. So hopefully Deshaun Jackson will get paid soon. But he's out on the field with Chris Johnson, so you might want to look at that as a motivator to get back out there on the field. Next order of business is the hot seat. The teams, players, and coaches who are on the hot seat, in my personal point of view. First team is the Patriots. They went 14-2 with a no-name offense. Now they have an elite wide receiver in Chad Ochocinco. They have an elite pass rusher in Albert Hainsworth. So the no-name players, quote unquote, I hate to say that, but it's true. They're in the second year of the system, plus other amenities. So look for Tom Brady to pretty much pick up where he left off. He's not going to produce the same numbers he had last year, but look for something quite similar. He was the only quarterback to do what he did last year, so look for the Patriots to have some type of pressure to perform and see if they can get back to greatness. The next team is the Jets. They made the AFC Championship 3 years in a row. Third year's a charm, man. We got to get it done. Rex Ryan put the ball in Sanchez's hands. They got a new wide receiver in Plaxico Burress, so hopefully they can get some things done. The Eagles, of course, a dream team. They're definitely pressured to win, given the fact that they got all these new players, so they're definitely looking to win. Enough said with that. With the players, Matthew Stafford, you got to stay healthy, man. 2 years in a row that you've had season-ending injuries. Now you have to prove that you're not injury-prone. You definitely are on the hot seat. Joe Flacco, you've been talking smack with Suggs and them all year. The Steelers said that you cannot and will not win as long as you're playing, and you're saying that you are. You got to prove it this year. 25 touchdowns, 3,000 yards, and when you get to the playoffs, it's like it didn't even happen. Chad Henne, yeah, they don't like you there, guy. So you got to work on whatever you got to work on. You got Brandon Marshall down there. You got Reggie Bush now. Let's see if you can make some things work. Coaches who are on the hot seat. Andy Reid, you got nothing but NFC division championships, buddy. Let's get a Super Bowl chip. I mean, I'm a Redskin fan, so I can really care less. But at the same time, you are on the hot seat. You've had a long time to prove that you can bring a chip to Philly. And, hopefully, for Vic's sake, because I want Vic to win, even though he's an Eagles fan. He's an Eagle, but I am a fan of Michael Vick. But you are on the hot seat, Andy Reid. So let's see if you can make it do what it do. Marvin Lewis for the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't know how you are still employed with the subpar seasons you have had. You go to the playoffs one year, you don't make it the next year. I don't know what's going on over there. The Bengals organization is just totally messed up. But you still have a job, so congratulations on that. So hopefully you can do something this year. I don't know what you're planning to do this year, but you are definitely on the hot seat. Gary Kubiak from the Houston Texans. Look, you haven't made the playoffs since this organization has never made the playoffs. You're the head coach. You've been the head coach since the team's inception. You have a potent offense. Your defense is some trash, but hopefully with the addition of Wade Phillips, hopefully you'll be able to do something on the defensive side this year. You could have got Nnamdi Asomugha, but you dropped the ball on that. So I don't know, but you are definitely on the hot seat this year for me. So those are the pressure teams, players, and coaches that are on the hot seat for this year. And the last order of business is we're going to be ending with a little different with some football trivia, a little fun for the fans out there, football fans out there. The first is going to be one question, and go on the Sweetfoot Tony blog.blogspot.com or J Sweetfoot Tony Cohen on at Facebook, and comment on the link or the video and answer the question. The first person to answer the question will get a shout out on next week's show. The question is as follows: who was the first running back to rush for 1,000 yards and receive 1,000 yards in the same season? Again, the question is, who was the first running back to rush for 1,000 yards and receive 1,000 yards in the same season? And you have a choice from Roger Craig, Marshall Faulk, or Eric Dickerson. Those are your choices. Roger Craig, Marshall Faulk, or Eric Dickerson. Who was the first player to achieve this accomplishment? Go on to Sweetfoot Tony blog.blogspot.com and give me your answer. The first person to answer will get the shout out on next week's show. And also address the topics of the day. Give me your feedback on that. Sweetfoot Tony, the Sweetfoot Tony blog.blogspot.com or J Sweetfoot Tony Cohen on Facebook. Give me your feedback; it's much appreciated. That is today's show, and I definitely appreciate for everybody tuning in. And I will see you next week. Take care. Peace.